Minecraft in the United States in one weekend made more money than Snow White has made globally after 3 weekends.
Jason Momoa was unexpected.
They say all you have to do to make your wish come true is let it echo, 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 echo.
It's awful, generic. Never mind that the lyrics make no sense at all. All you have to do to make your dream come true is let it echo. Is it like on a metaphor?
Me? What are you talking about?
Jason Momoa allegedly ripping into Rachel Zegler isn't just some passing rumor. It's the talk of the entire industry right now. Word on the street is that Rachel pinned the epic meltdown of her Snow White movie on a completely unexpected scapegoat, the upcoming Minecraft project. People are calling her out for placing blame anywhere but on her own choices, and they're saying Jason Momoa has taken it upon himself to call her out in the most unapologetic way possible.
Now, I'm guessing that she's not married. I'm guessing that she doesn't have kids. The movie is a complete disaster, by the way.
Have they ever thought about maybe like a little bit of like, I don't know, vulnerability study, opposition research, that sort of thing, before you go and hire some Zoomer who's a lunatic?
Remaking the movie, they just got rid of the dwarves, but they have one token dwarf amongst these magical creatures. You actually just went backwards. You actually just erased the dwarfism side of it. The disability, like we're a disability group, you just erased that whole.
It's a direct confrontation that no one saw coming. The vibe is intense, the conversations are heated, and the accusations are cutting. There's no sugarcoating it. This fiasco hits fans with the force of a storm. Rachel, who once carried the hopes of a new generation of Disney, now faces backlash from practically every corner of social media. She apparently pointed fingers at Minecraft.
She came out and she said, I apologize. Like, I went too far, but it wasn't sincere.
Rachel Zegler, like so many kids raised on TikTok, she's all for infantata is the only global solution.
The new Disney boss babe, who is Rachel Zegler, the inverse of.
Last week was a very big week, objectively a huge week. We had quite a few announcements. His first live action film, which is Snow White and the Evil Queen. And that's me, I'm Snow White, which is so funny.
Hardcore.
They're petrified of some kind of backlash.
For sapping away her energy and momentum, basically saying it overshadowed what should have been a grand success for her Snow White film. But in one swift move, Jason Momoa reportedly laid bare every flaw in her story, supposedly refusing to let her off the hook for Snow White's disastrous outcome. The rumor is sending shockwaves through Hollywood. And believe me, it gets even more combustible from here. Snow White was supposed to
doing catastrophically. They spent $300 million and it currently has a 2.2 out of 10 rating on IMDb.
The movie has a major identity crisis.
Pretending like Rachel Zegler is the first of them all when she looks like Lord Farquaad in the film.
Oh my God.
And you know the saying, go woke, get broke, and Disney's going to lose money on this movie. And I believe it only made less than $1 million.
Disney deleted Someday My Prince Will Come and made a modernized feminist alternative.
This is just so typical of the left. The progressives always finding a way to find their way back to doing something not progressive.
be a shining moment for Rachel Zegler. Disney fans were eager for a fresh take, something that would carry the timeless princess tale into a new era. The hype machine was in overdrive, with marketing blasts and endless chatter building up anticipation. Yet, despite all that hullabaloo, box office numbers turned out to be so disappointing that industry insiders started calling it a fiasco.
I sat through the whole thing. This was really bad. It was extremely leftist on every political dimension: racial politics, sexual politics, class politics, regime politics. Its narrative was cowardly. It was just awful.
Nobody wants a movie about true love. What kind of woman do we want out there seeking true love, Eliana? The outrage.
So she comes off as an insufferable, whiny brat.
Lines that they say, like magic mirror on the wall. It was a lot of fun.
It's got extra musical numbers that are incredibly unnecessary that really add to that runtime. And let me go ahead and let you know that they're absolutely f***ing atrocious.
Almost from the first weekend, audiences, upon leaving theaters, either shrugged or ranted online that it barely captured the magic of the original. Critics hammered the film for its baffling storytelling choices. Then the rumor mill went into high gear.
So apparently, according to them and according to the writers of Snow White, women can't even want to be in love anymore. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird.
I wanted my money back. It was very disappointing.
Into this, the first villain Disney ever had. It's really getting myself into this big crown.
Controversy in Snow White. The dwarves have been eliminated in the live action.
Yeah.
Now it's Snow White and the 7 magical beings.
Wait, it's 7 and the magical beings.
Yeah,
They won't even
7
say
magical
and the 7
beings.
dwarves.
No, because they're not dwarves. For right now, that's the only jobs that are there.
Rachel Zegler allegedly tried to shield herself from any blame by pointing a finger straight at Minecraft. According to whispered gossip, she believed the hectic schedule for her upcoming role in that film contributed to her not giving 100% to Snow White's promotional campaign and overall performance. It sounded like a stretch to most fans, who were left wondering if Minecraft was just a scapegoat. But the real kicker came when this rumor looped Jason Momoa into the storyline. A mountain of speculation claims he refused to let Rachel glide by without taking responsibility, effectively pouncing on her statements and calling them pure excuses. That's where the tension erupted full force. But that's only scratching the surface of what's going down. As soon as word spread about Rachel's alleged blame game, social media erupted. Some folks insisted that no matter how hectic filming schedules might get, the star of a major Disney film should show unwavering dedication to her project, especially one so beloved. Others tried to defend her, hinting that maybe the entire Snow White process was mired by bigger issues behind the scenes. Yet the overwhelming sentiment favored the idea that Rachel's comments were simply out of line. And what happened next would shock everyone. At first, fans were perplexed that Minecraft could be singled out as the villain here. Everyone knows the game is a massive global phenomenon. The movie adaptation, still in various stages of development, features huge creative input and hype from people excited to see how such a blocky, imaginative world could translate onto the big screen. The notion that filming or prepping for Minecraft was so intense that it sabotaged Rachel's focus seemed, well, strange. But rumor has it Rachel directly insinuated that her schedule for Minecraft interfered with critical Snow White obligations, public appearances, press tours, last-minute reshoots, or promotions. People got fired up over the idea that she might be trying to sidestep any personal accountability. Online voices rose, saying that if an actor signs up for multiple roles, they accept the risk of a busy schedule. The impetus is on them to juggle everything, effectively, or at least not tear another project down. So, as the rumor spread, condemnation followed. Rachel's alleged words landed with a thud among fans who expected her to champion the Disney classic with enthusiasm, not shoot out disclaimers or questionable excuses after the fact. And that's where Jason Momoa's name began circulating. Whispers in certain Hollywood circles insisted he got wind of Rachel's so-called scapegoating and hit back, criticizing her for publicly throwing Minecraft under the bus. The scuttlebutt claims that from his viewpoint, blaming the game for Snow White's downfall just looked desperate. Fans ate it up, proclaiming Jason was valiantly defending the principle that you don't bash one project for another's shortcomings. But that wasn't the whole story. This is the part that sent the rumor mill on fire. Jason Momoa, known for his larger-than-life persona and unfiltered approach, allegedly destroyed Rachel by telling her, either in private or subtly via social media, that she needed to own up to her part in Snow White's failings. The exact language he used remains a mystery, but many believe it was scathing, direct, and left no room for interpretation. Overnight, fan forums buzzed about how Jason Momoa, beloved for his roles in Aquaman and Game of Thrones, might have delivered a level of realness Rachel wasn't ready for. Some claim Jason hammered her for disrespecting an entire brand as iconic as Disney's. Others say he was furious that she'd position Minecraft, another big production that fans around the globe are eager to see, as the convenient scapegoat. Either way, the rumor stands that he confronted her or called her out so plainly that she was left with little to say in return. The narrative swirling around paints Jason as that unstoppable force who told her to quit lobbing blame and start accepting it. The reaction from the public was immediate. Social media posts poured in, praising Jason for speaking out. Users championed his alleged candor, remarking that it's refreshing to see a star of his caliber stand up for accountability. Memes popped up, painting Rachel as cornered and Jason as the unstoppable wave pulling no punches. Love or hate him, everyone seemed to fixate on the idea that he took a stand. And what happened next would make even more headlines. Rachel's blame game wouldn't even exist if the Snow White remake had been a staggering success. But box office receipts told a starkly different story. The film stumbled out of the gate and never gained momentum. Critics slammed it for failing to capture the timeless charm of the original classic. Many fans felt the beloved story got overshadowed by forced changes that disrupted the narrative's core. The press took note, with headlines practically crowing about the film's shockingly poor turnout. Industry analysts saw a few key reasons for its downfall: confusion over the updated story, disillusioned fans expecting more authenticity, and the possibility that Rachel's own remarks about the original Snow White, where she allegedly mocked certain elements, rubbed audiences the wrong way. Her interviews, which downplayed or even dismissed the classic fairy tale aspects, sparked a wave of controversy. In that sense, the entire project was fighting an uphill battle way before the first showtimes. Suddenly, Rachel's alleged Minecraft scapegoat comment felt like a final Hail Mary pass to deflect negativity swirling around her. The timeline was so bizarre. First the movie bombs, next rumors leak that Rachel pinned it on an unrelated production. That piece alone sent fans into a frenzy. How do you blame a different film for your movie's poor reception? The puzzle was baffling, but it didn't stop there. Jason Momoa's rumored response drastically upped the stakes, shining a brighter spotlight on the entire fiasco. It was no longer just about a flop at the box office. Now it involved an A-list actor calling out questionable behavior. The conversation erupted across every corner of the internet. Did Rachel genuinely blame Minecraft, or was the rumor inflated? Did Jason really lash out, or was this social media drama run amok? Regardless of the truth, the narrative took on a life of its own, and the drama only escalated from there. Naturally, Twitter, Instagram, and numerous fan forums turned into battlegrounds. A large segment of fans lambasted Rachel for letting down the legacy of Snow White with remarks they perceived as dismissive toward the beloved original. Another cluster of fans who were initially excited for Minecraft expressed outrage at the possibility she viewed it as some burden that derailed her Disney success. Meanwhile, Momoa supporters reveled in the rumor that he'd confronted Rachel, praising him for telling it like it is. Some industry watchers commented that if these rumors held any water, it showcased an alarming lack of unity or respect among high-profile projects under the same corporate roof. Since many of these studios operate under mega entertainment conglomerates, but Hollywood thrives on conflict, especially when it's star against star. Rachel, once embraced as the bright new face in musical and fairy tale adaptations, found herself picking up negative headlines every time she logged onto social media. No official statements materialized, fueling speculation. Rachel stayed eerily quiet about everything once the fiasco reached peak volume. The rumor about Momoa's scorn kept trending, with people quoting him in dramatic, unverified lines such as, "Own your flop, don't blame ours," or "You don't disrespect one blockbuster to save another." Those lines might be fabricated by the rumor mill, but they captured the sentiment swirling online. Everyone seemed determined to paint Jason as the hero calling out nonsense, and the tension was only building. Here's where it gets especially juicy. Jason Momoa is no stranger to controversy or fiery opinions. His commanding screen presence and outspoken personality have shaped him into a cultural icon, praised for authenticity, and criticized by those who prefer more diplomatic approaches. In contrast, Rachel Zegler is in that stage of her career where every move can either solidify her status or make it precarious. She's soared quickly, landing big roles in major productions like West Side Story, Snow White, and now Minecraft. Yet the backlash from Snow White's performance, combined with claims of an ill-judged blame game, threatens to stall her momentum. The rumored blow-up with Momoa symbolically pits a huge Hollywood name, famous for blockbusters and TV epics, against a younger star still forging her path. On the one hand, you have a seasoned performer presumably telling Rachel to take responsibility. On the other, you have a starlet who might be buckling under pressure and lashing out in confusion. Fans see it as a standoff that could drastically impact Rachel's future roles. While some maintain that both parties should have kept any friction under wraps, many more are thrilled to see tension. Controversy sells, and nothing is more sensational than a behind-the-scenes battle. The question is, can Rachel endure the wave of negativity and come out with her next projects intact? Or will Jason's alleged condemnation mark her as an irresponsible newcomer who deflects blame? But the story didn't end there. No major Hollywood conflict would be complete without unexpected twists. As the Rachel versus Momoa rumor soared in popularity, new bits of speculation flooded in. Some insisted that certain Disney higher-ups were secretly furious at Rachel for stirring up drama with her Minecraft remarks. Others spread talk that creative heads for Minecraft were worried about negative buzz overshadowing the film before it even wraps production. In short, neither side appreciated the blowback from the fiasco. Then there were those who alleged that Rachel's entire Minecraft angle was a defense strategy. They suggested she was trying to protect her personal brand by blaming external factors. If that was her plan, it backfired big time once Jason Momoa supposedly stepped in. The rumor swirling is that he essentially blocked her from shifting the narrative, calling out the tactic for what it was. That left Rachel with no convenient scapegoat, increasing the avalanche of criticism. Meanwhile, some fans speculated that there's a far deeper feud between them, possibly fueled by creative clashes or differences in approach. Maybe it's not just about Snow White or Minecraft at all. Maybe it's the spark that ignited a larger argument about accountability in the industry, how stars handle flops, and the hidden politics behind major franchises. The public, left with rumors and partial tidbits, can't help but obsess over every scrap of information, real or not. And what happened next would leave no one unscathed. By now, the entire debacle feels larger than life, a high-profile Snow White failure, a possible attempt to deflect blame onto a beloved gaming brand, an A-lister stepping in to slam the brakes on any narrative twisting. The rumor train hasn't slowed, and each piece of gossip only cranks up the tension. Fans who once cheered Rachel Zegler as a rising talent are questioning whether she's really committed to the roles she takes on. Others who adore Jason Momoa are relieved to see him cut through what they perceive as Hollywood nonsense. The real intrigue lies in what happens next. Can Rachel mend fences with the outraged public? Does she double down on her stance and hope? The storm passes. Will Jason's alleged confrontation become a rallying cry for those tired of celebrities making excuses for failures? One thing is certain, the talk surrounding these two is far from over. If anything, the buzz will intensify once Minecraft moves closer to its release date, and people see whether it can be the unstoppable smash hit fans anticipate, or if it will be forever tied to this feud. Ultimately, the saga highlights Hollywood's fickle nature. A single statement, rumor, or meltdown can overshadow an entire career's worth of work. By choosing to blame Minecraft, Rachel inadvertently created a wave of backlash. By reportedly calling her out, Jason Momoa lit that wave on fire, turning a mild fiasco into an industry-wide spectacle. The question of who's right and who's wrong might never be answered. But for spectators following this drama, it's riveting content to devour. And now, we're left wondering, does this fiasco mark a permanent shift in Rachel Zegler's rise, or is it just another scandal that will blow over with time? That's the question that will echo for months to come.